name is Olalekan Abdl-Majeed Anjolaiya. So my political journey. Well, I come from a political family. I was born and brought up in the family of Anjolaiya, known to Afenifere style of politics. So I'm an Afenifere trained politician, so to say. And you know how Afenifere started from Action Group up until AD, Alliance for Democracy. Then Afenifere have always been a very big political influencer in the country. Afenifere at some point supported AD, supported PDP, and to today's politics. So politics was an inspiration for me. Inspiration I got from my own father, and of course I took it a bit further when I got to the university to do political science. So I have a bachelor's in political science before now, and right now I have a master's in human resource and industrial relations. So for me, politics for me is about welfare. It's about people. It's a people-centric decision to volunteer, to serve, right? So of course, my own personal political sojourn began with the People's Democratic Party in 2011. Yeah, and from 2011, I became politically active, meaning I got involved, right? And I've been in PDP up until early 2025, when, of course, I decided that I was going to leave the party for very obvious reasons, because it has become an appendage of the ruling or Progressive Congress, and the party do no longer represent the ideology that, of course, I synchronize with. So I left the PDP early this year for the Labour Party, and of course my entry into the Labour Party was facilitated by, of course, His Excellency Gbadebo Rotsvaivo and Peter Obi. Shortly after we joined the Labour Party, the coalition had formed, and of course we also got the signal that it was about time that we leave, because our leaders particularly believe that to wrestle power from the All Progressive Congress, we need to have an harmonized coalition of political gladiators. So that's what has bettered the coalition. So it has always been their belief that as a singular opposition, meaning as Labour Party or as PDP or as a block of APC, we cannot defeat the ruling party. So it was important that we come together, and we have an agreement to work together. And of course, the leadership of the party agreed to use the platform of the African Democratic Congress. So right now I'm a member of the ADC. The only thing you start from the top is when you are digging a grave. So everything usually starts from ground zero up there, right? What I've witnessed in the ADC is a whole lot of thought, careful consideration is put into the planning and organization of their party. Of what I know about politics, of course, it's dynamic, but you see, the ADC is built on very solid framework of structured agreements such that little political imbroglio will not offset the structure. Silently, the party has been galvanizing new members. 2 weeks ago, myself alongside some of my colleagues in Alimosho, we spearheaded a coalition convergence in Alimosho local government. 2-3 days before that event, we saw how the Lagos State Police Command took over the venue of our event. after we have gotten approvals and notified the police. Of course, I was there alongside GRV, Badebo Road Survivor, to inquire from the police why they have occupied that space. They said it was order from above. The only order from above, or what made sense to me, was that the Rolling Up Progressive Congress is jittery. Because why are we going to plan to assemble as a political party and you are putting a stop to it? Number one, association, we don't even need a permit to come together. We only needed to notify the police, which we did, and we had very solid evidences to that. Then they said it was order from above. You see the commissioner of police. We went to the commissioner of police. We called, we texted him, right? We ended up waiting for about 2 hours. We were not able to meet with him. Then, we said, what, we are Nigerians and we're going to proceed. We got plan B, we got plan C, we got plan D, right? For whatever order from the top they got, our plan B was a decoy, just for us to do our affirmation into the ADC, and we kept that as a secret. It was just few of us that knew. While our plan C was where we sent our followers to go assemble and wait for us. Before we finished our plan B, we have learned that the chairman of Agbado Okeodo, Ejibadiro, had led the police and thugs to our venue to scatter the place. They damaged our buses, they injured people. Again, we have evidences of all of these things. So it brings to question about the structure. If we're no threat, I do not think that they will see us that way and they would be attacking us. They will be stopping us from gathering and all of that. It goes to say that only a tree that has fruit will get stoned, right? So I think that ADC offers a lot of prospects to Nigerians. ADC has given a lot of hope to opposition politics in this country. And I'm certain that in 2027, ADC will challenge the status quo. None of the coalition leaders, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, David Mark, none of these leaders have been prosecuted. For any criminal offense. None of them. I'm hearing for the first time that Atiku sold national assets. If he did, I do not think that the APC and Bola Tinubu has love for him, they would have prosecuted him. Peter Obi is seen as a no corrupt person. He was governor of Anambra for 8 years. He did fantastic. No corruption case. Malam Nasir El-Rufai has been governor in Kaduna State 8 years. He's done now. If he stole, they would have prosecuted him. He will be in jail. Again, there's no corruption case against leaders of the coalition. So it brings me to even ask the question here: where are these cases? You understand? Why are all these allegations flying all around without prosecution? Is it to say that the ruling party loves them so much that the ruling party do not want to prosecute them? I completely disagree. And I also think that it is correct that they are part of the old order, right? It is correct that they are part of the old order. The question we should ask ourselves today as Nigerians is today better than yesterday? It is an abnormality, it is a misnomer that yesterday is better than today. While I was younger, I used to think that there's a brighter tomorrow, the future is bright. But Nigeria has tracked us to a particular stage where we pray to go back to yesterday, when a bag of rice was 8,000 naira. You understand? When petrol was 169, today petrol is about 900 naira. Subsidy has been removed from everything. No subsidy on health, no subsidy on electricity, no subsidy on petrol, no subsidy on no subsidy on education. Sadly, there's nothing like free education anymore, and they removed the subsidy on education under the disguise of one N-Power loan. I wonder how many people have gotten N-Power loan from people that literally benefited from free education. Ask many of those leaders that are leading us currently, which of them paid to go to school. I know when Jonathan was president, Unilag, the entire session fee was about 8,000 naira. Today, you should just go and find out what federal universities are paying. So I think Nigerians are in the state whereby they pray to go back to yesterday than the present day, because the hardship is quite intolerable. My projections are again people centric, and I'm very passionate about the people of my constituency, Alimosho Federal Constituency. I hail from Igondo, the Alaishoro compound of Igondo. I'm a typical Awori man, and I think that Alimosho deserves better. I think that it is important that we redefine and reposition our local government. Look at Etiosa, look at Ikoyobalinde, look at the kind of attention they get from our common purse. But the only time that the government look at Alimosho is when it's time for voters registration or when it's time for election. So we are used to galvanize votes. Of course, Alimosho currently sits a voting population of about 8 million people. But look at the roads in Alimosho, from Makunwojo to Egbeda, Idimo, Lasu Road, Ikotun, Ijegun Road. Look at the state of the road. Yes, go to constituency 1 all through Ayobo, Ikpaja, inward Sele, and Agbado, Kyodo. It is in a state of mess. It's more like we have not had government, or we have been out of Lagos for an entire span of like a long time, because we do not get the well-deserved attention that we deserve. And of course, Alimosho is the biggest federal constituency in terms of population in the country, right? So I'm passionate about these people. I'm passionate about their representation, and I think that's my political trajectory. Yes, I think that there's an end to every beginning, and that end started in 2023. It's just that the leaders of the APC are economical with their own truth. They are just concluded local government election. It was a charade. Result was written in the local government. Even they did it intentionally so that they could send that results to Ashiwaju. They even projected PDP even above Labour to say, I could see Labour common Leko and all of that. It is equal to political masturbation. Now 2023 was a sign that Lagos is going, but 2027 Lagos will be gone. They lost in Lagos in 2023, and you saw what happened during the governorship election. Despite voters intimidation and violence, you understand, my principal, the first runner up, still had about 300,000 votes, right? If Lagosians were allowed to express their franchise, Lagos will be out of the reach of the APC. And of course, now we have a whole lot more arsenals to face them in 2027. We have Aregbesola. We have a whole lot blocked from the PDP. Chief Abimbolo Ogukelo, Ashorobi, and all of this. Raman Owokoniro, of course. And of course, from the Labour Party side, led by Gbadebo Road Survivor, right? For the very first time, we have decided that Lagos case politically is special. Well, we cannot be under the rulership of one family for an entire 25 years, it's bound to end. And the beauty of democracy is rotational democracy. They are not basis for checks and balances. We are not able to even verify what they have done. They've always given us information, but if another party gets there, we're able to say, okay, this was wrong, this was right. Right. So for the democracy and the development of Lagos, I think it is important that we experience a multi-party democracy, when of course we can have ADC in power in 2027, and if ADC fail the elections, you can also still vote them out and bring back your progressive. But that's the beauty of democracy, in my opinion. So I think that this rulership of the APC for 25 years is going to come to an end with the African Democratic Congress. I'm certain. And if you know, if only they know what is being cooked, if only they are aware the kind of mobilization drive that is happening across the 20 local government of Lagos into the ADC. Well, I want to reserve my comment. 2027 is very near, but I can say very confidently that Lagos is ours for the taking. I think it has deteriorated, and the reasons are not far-fetched. When you have a country or leadership that decided to weaponize poverty, crime is inevitable. People are not empowered. People are working, but the cost of living is up the roof. An average Nigerian cannot even afford 3 square meal. Is that bad? So all of those things are indices, or they are things that is likely going to jack up insecurity, kidnapping, banditry, and terrorism. Right? I think that first thing first, empowering the people, reducing the cost of living, ensuring that we if not totally, we reduce the rate of poverty. Right? It would revolutionize the security system. And those that are carrying our guns, how much are they earning? Can a policeman afford a two-bedroom flat to shelter his family in Lagos, in Abeokuta, or in Ibadan? If you know how much that costs compared to their salary, you understand? You all know the salary of a policeman is on the internet. Go and check. Can that man that is carrying a gun that is supposed to protect us afford a two-bedroom flat? If he cannot afford a two-bedroom flat, where does he live? Have you been to their barracks to see the state of those barracks? To see the state of where they live? The military man, have you been to their barracks to see the state of where they live? I think that their welfare is important for our national security. I think that the salary of police should be increased. The remuneration for military men should be increased. They should be inspired. If you go abroad and you join the US Army, it's a thing of pride. People are proud to say, yes, I want to join this thing. The insurance, the pension, the plan, the thoughtfulness of that government to the life of those that are sacrificing themselves for national security of the US, for example, is fantastic. I think Nigeria can do better, right? By number one, we should reduce our poverty rate. We should empower people. If people have jobs, if they are able to live a decent life, and an average Agbero wants to leave the streets, he wants to get something doing. If they have things that they can do, if there's job, if there are opportunities for them, if government can really factor these things in, reduce cost of living, the crime rate will reduce, robbery will reduce, kidnapping will reduce. Our roads are going to be safe again. If you are able to empower the security men, people are able to apply and say, yes, I want to join the police, I want to join the army, and they'll be well remunerated. Why not? If not, I think all of these things will better our security architecture. So right now, I think that we are not doing good as a country. I think that the poverty, the high cost of living, the inflation has really affected like every of the departments that are supposed to thrive and do well for this country. Nigeria is no longer a safe place to stay. We are hopeful as a political party, as ADC, we are hopeful that we can reshape that narrative. I think government should exist as a people-centric government. Government should exist for welfare. You understand? Yoruba call it Idekun Ara Ilu. You understand? The funny thing is that about this progressive was that when they were coming, their banner for advert was reading one naira is going to be equal to $1. You will see then Professor Yemi Oshiba, you will sit down in a class where children are eating with boiled egg, and is that the picture they painted for us? Is that the reality that we are living? When they were in the opposition, many of the things that they said they were going to do, they were going to build bridge where there are no oceans, everything was lie. You understand? They came in and the only thing they had to do was to make things a bit more difficult. Today, I put it to you as Nigerians that we prefer yesterday to buy rice 8,000 naira bag of rice, and then when you go to your only rice, you can buy rice 150. You understand? And you will be filled up. Today, if you buy rice 1,000 naira or 1,005, you will struggle. You understand? So that's the reality of our Nigeria, right? So the security architecture of Nigeria can do better. Our DSS, they should concentrate more on national issues instead of dragging or going to monitor people's social media, those calling Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu this thing or that thing. I think that there are more very serious issues. We are not proud of the current state of this country. We are not proud of our national security as it is, and there's more to be done. Well, yes. In 2022/2023, I ran for office to represent the people of Alimosho constituency 2. Unfortunately, um, I lost to a very fraudulent primaries, and I didn't get the opportunity to get on the ballot. But my advocacy for the welfare of my constituents didn't stop, and there are a lot of things have happened from 2022 up until now, and we are no longer looking at constituency 2. We are looking at the federal constituency. You understand? We are not looking at Lagos House of Assembly. We are looking at the federal constituency, because we have realized that there's little that we can do representing just 1/2 of the constituency. Number one, I believe that Alimosho should have two federal constituencies. You understand? Just like Surulere, and I think there's one other local government that has two federal federal constituency, because of the size and its population. I believe that we deserve two federal constituency. There are a lot of revolutionary change that is required in Lagos that should start from Alimosho. That is why we are no longer looking at a fraction of Alimosho, which is constituency. We are looking at the federal constituency. We are looking to represent them. But of course, our focus right now is to build the ADC political structure in Alimosho, to ensure that we have street captains, we have zonal chairmen, we take the party to the people, not just taking it to the people. We ensure that the people own that political party. There and then we can build our hopes and aspiration on it. But right now, there's a whole lot of reorientation that needs to go on into people's head. A lot of people need to be inspired to say, okay, yes, you can come out and vote, and nobody is going to touch you. Nobody is going to say that you are Omo Igbo, you are Omo Yoruba, you are Omo Hausa, you cannot vote. So we are working to put a whole lot of confidence again in our electoral system and encourage people to embrace their rights as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is their right to vote and to be voted for. So this is a thing that we are doing at the level of ADC. So my advice to the party, or how am I advising the party that okay, yeah, Alimosho, if you win Alimosho, you win Lagos. That's correct. When the Labour Party won Alimosho in 2023, massively, landslide victory. You understand? It was alleged that those that were in Labour, they are Omoibo. Unknown to them that there's a demography of young people that this government is not even looking at. You understand? There's a demography of young people that was massively in that political party that believed in the ideology of His Excellency Peter Obi and the Labour Party at the time, right? But it just so they wanted to suit their own political agenda. They said, Omo Igbo fake by Eko and all of that, and all of us that didn't support the APC, we are bastards, we are Omo Ale Yoruba. But of course, it's fine, right? But I know that many of those that have said, okay, they were governors in this state from 1999 till date, right? We can hardly point to a true Lagosian. You understand? Now we have people saying that the Vival family is not Lagosian. They are Omoibo. You should go to Anambra. You should go to. Do you understand? I think that this narrative, this ethnic jargons that is pushed on social media is further going to divide us. The question is when you are sick and you go to the hospital, do you ask the doctor where he's from? Your child goes to school, do you ask your child who is your seatmate in school, who is your class teacher? Shomo Igbo ni, She Yoruba ni? Do you bother to ask? When you are flying on the plane, do you bother to ask which tribe that pilot is from? Okay, you are watching the football match, Victor Osimhen scores, everybody shouts go. Does it matter where Victor Osimhen is from? All you know is that it's up Nigeria. I think that if we begin to think as Nigerians, but not a section of Nigeria, not a microcosm of Nigeria, then we can have a greater and a better country and a better society. Nigeria should be collective. The spirit should be in unison. You understand? The microcosm, I mean, the place where you're from in that country shouldn't matter. There's no difference. There's no correlation that separates competence or that distinguish competence from tribe. Do you understand? Meaning that if you are competent, you are competent. Whether you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, or you are Igbo. Do you understand? But that argument did not even come up because many of those that we are saying that represent Lagos, myself from Alimosho, I'm Awori, I'm from the Alaishoro compound of Igondo. You understand? Gbadebo's rival is originally from Lagos. You understand? Even his family history dates back to the colonial era. They were British citizens when Lagos was a colony. And people that came from Moshu are coming to tell us that somebody is Omo Eko, somebody is Omo Igbo, right? And look at the development of Lagos. Look at Yozumba Baduwe. Now they are changing name. They know that today is no longer Charlie Boy. But in the mind of people, they remember what they call those places. I think that the ethnic bigotry of the other side is quite nauseating, and it's not good for our development. It's not good for our social development, our political. It's not good for our development as a country. Well, I want to be remembered as somebody that touched life, somebody that inspired change. I want to be remembered as an Omoluabi. And when I say Omoluabi, I say an Omoluabi in the true tenets. I want to make reference to one of our highly referred leader, Payo Adebanjo. Payo Adebanjo has been in opposition all his life. He fought tooth and nail, even pre-2023. He advocated, he said, what is fair is fair. They called Baba names. They said, Omo eni o le se dibe brede ka fi ileke si di Omo elu. Baba asked, she Omo yin lo ni ileke ni, she bi ileke Nigeria lo ni ileke, you know. Baba advocated that power should go to the south, which was the belief of the Afenifere at the time. I think that it is not difficult to do what's right, and that's one of the teachings that I have gotten. I would always want to do what is right. I want people to remember me for doing what is right. And when Baba died, the federal government, who when Baba was alive, they were day and night. They didn't align. They took over. They were the ones celebrating. Baba was celebrated for months. I remember there were sometimes when I went to Baba's house and I met Minister for Finance, I met Abike Dabiri and all of those people coming there to say, okay, yeah, this man lived an excellent life. It didn't even matter if they were APC, if they were DC, everybody, Nigerians came together and celebrated Payode for an excellent life. That is a life worthy of emulation. And I think that Baba was remembered for living a life that, of course, he's always doing what is right. It didn't matter. He's always on the side of equity, fairness, and justice. So I want to be remembered for someone that believes in equity, fairness, and just someone that is selfless, someone that is people-centric, someone that is an advocate of humanitarianism. So that's what I want to be remembered for. Okay, I wish Nigeria to discover itself, to rediscover itself. I wish that we are able to position ourselves among committee of nations. I wish we are able to live in a Nigeria that is affordable to citizenry. I wish we are able to have a Nigeria where people that have gone to the UK in the name of Jackpot can say, okay, yeah, they want to come back in a country that is now flourishing, that is blooming, right? I wish Nigeria prosperity. I wish Nigeria excellence. I wish Nigeria democratic stability. I wish Nigeria a government that works for its people. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.